Okay, so we're going to talk about this budget setup right here. This is from CVLife. They sent this to me for review, and no money exchanged hand, none of that stuff. They just sent me the product to keep in review. My intent is to have this as a optic setup for my 995 carbine. I've already put it on there. I have an iron sight on there right now, but I do like this type of setup on the 995. I actually have some plans for that carbine, so I think this works out perfectly for that. Plus, the fact that it's really budget priced, it matches the price point of the carbine really well. I think if somebody is really strapped for cash and all they can afford is some basic stuff, this might be right up their alley. It's not perfect, but it's made pretty well. So let's start off with the magnifier here. This is a 3x26, and here's your adjustments right here for elevation and windage, so that way you can center the dot in the magnifier. This also has a focus piece on the back, so that way you can focus up your dot in your field of view. Very nice caps. They're very tight, and they come off. I want to take it off just so that way I can show you right there. These flip over and then they fit right on there, so you can use the cap to provide your adjustment, which I do like. Nice and positive adjustments, by the way. The pivot point on here, all it is you have this magnifier on, and if you want to just view the optic without magnification, it just swings right on this pivot point, just like so. It's nice and tight, so it's not going to flop back. I like that. And when you have it in this position, it's not going to flop out. So good job on that. The QD mount right here is done pretty well. Has a pretty substantial cross bolt on here. Sometimes these QD mounts suffer when it comes to budget optics, but this is pretty dang good. The lockup is pretty good right here. Just make sure to take care not to over adjust your tightness. The whole point of a QD mount is you want to be able to take it off with a quickness. So if you adjust the tightness where you're really bearing down to get this on, not only are you putting undue pressure on the base on the mount, but you're going to have a hard time taking it off in the field. So just a little note there. Magnifier is good to go. I don't see any issues with the magnifier. Everything, the machine work is good. Everything seems to be where it needs to be. So no issues there. Dot, green dot setup. And let me turn it on here. So basic green dot setup. Nothing special about that. The glass is pretty clear. The dot brightness levels are pretty good. Only a little bit of blurring when you get to the brighter brightness levels, but that's typical of dots. The QD mount is pretty much the same as on the magnifier. Same cross bolt. A little bit of a different design on the actual lever, but still a nice solid lockup. I do like that. It does take AAA batteries, so I don't expect the battery life to be really long. Really pay attention to your battery life, especially if you're running higher magnifications. Good battery cover, nice and tight. The elevation and windage, I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. The elevation and windage are positive, even though they're exposed. I do like that just for ease of sighting things in. You don't have to worry about taking caps off or anything. So good to go there. The caps on here are good. They're nice and tight. They don't just fly off by themselves, and the caps itself doesn't slip off. The only thing I don't like about this setup is this right here. This has a multiple reticle. A lot of these budget optics, these red dots and green dots have this, where there's 4 different reticle options. I would just say omit this, get rid of it, and just stick with the dot, whether it's a green dot or a red dot. Just stick with the dot. Leave all this other crap alone. You can possibly make the product a little bit cheaper that way, and it makes it still a strong product for a budget price. The housing is really good, so I really like the housing on it. This is not exactly a super lightweight setup, but I do like that there's a little bit of toughness to the housing. I just think this is its weak point. Get rid of it. I did mess with the other reticles, and other than the dot, the other reticles do have some shine back on the viewing port, and it's really annoying. So that's why I just keep it on the dot. Just keep it simple. Get rid of this thing. Just make it a little bit more of a sleek setup. I think it would be a better product. So overall, this thing I think is pretty much a win so far. I'll report back as I keep using it. I did bang this around a little bit, dropped it on the ground, or on the floor rather. Banged it around a little bit while it's on my high point, and It seems to hold 0 so far. I'll keep reporting back if there's anything that changes, but I like the setup. Aside from this, I think it's gimmicky. I don't know why a lot of the Chinese brands have this. Just get rid of it. Yeah, I don't think it matters if it's just a dot or it's just a circle with a dot. Just pick one and just run with it. So comment section below what you guys think. I think this is a great setup for just getting into the door. If you're not sure if you want a magnifier or not, yeah, you can try this out, get your feet wet a little bit and see what's going on, and then you can spend money on the real stuff a little bit later. And also for the airsoft milsim world, this would be an awesome setup. If you're doing a lot of outdoor milsim or anything like that, this would do really well on an airsoft field. Just make sure you have something to protect. Put up a protector or something right here, or a kill flash. Maybe find a kill flash or something where you can protect this, obviously, because I think if you get some airsoft BBs right in there, you're gonna have an issue, and that's with most optics. So comment section below what you guys think. Thanks for watching.